Hi, welcome back to Create and Craft with Katie. Today we are going to do a winter mantle decorate with me. I made this mantle myself. Well, I refinished it. It was honey oak, and I rubbed it down and painted it. We did the shiplap ourselves. I always have this clock up. Where these two pictures are is where I usually hang something for a holiday, but I decided I would bring these in. These are usually in my front room. So now we're going to go and zoom in on this and start to decorate. After Christmas, everywhere seems a little bare, but I don't like to go straight into spring decorating, as I really like the winter because we don't get much of a winter here in Texas. And so to keep some of the sort of wintry, snowy type things, that's my sort of style. So if you remember from the Christmas mantle video, I always have command hooks and a nail in 3 places on the top of the mantle. So we have it just here, and over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece of lamb's ear garland. It was probably from Michael's, I don't know, a couple of years ago. And I'm going to put it on here. Now, what's really nice about this one is, A, it's not too long, and B, it has a little hook right on the end. There you go, you can see. So I can hook it over the nail without there being a problem. So I'm literally going to hook it here. And at the other end, and I'm actually going to just take it up in the center where the other one is, and sort of hook it in between where the nail and the command hook lie. It only just fits, but I really only want it like that because I don't want it to look too sort of Christmassy. Now, for a little extra touch of greenery, I like to put some at the back. And these are leaves from the spring collection at Joann's from last year. They're a slightly different green, but I thought that they gave a little bit more contrast. I do have more lamb's ear that could go along the back, but I liked these. And literally, all you're going to do is lay them next to each other, and all they're going to do is just give a little pop at the back from when we've put the rest of the decorations on. If you've watched any more of my Decorate With Me videos, you'll understand and remember that I like things to be symmetrical. So I often buy 2s of things so that I can balance them out. However, when I don't have 2, I'll choose something of a similar height, maybe a similar sort of spatial weight, you know, how much space it takes up. And in this case, I have this beautiful lantern. I got this from Home Goods sometime, not last year, the year before, 2018. It actually opens up this way, and I have permanently some Spanish moss in the bottom. It actually has some floral foam, and I actually hot glued the moss down because that way I can use it for multiple different times. Often I'll put it on my bar and I have flowers coming out from it, but today it's going to go on the mantle. And so we're going to place it at this end. Now, I don't have another one of these, but I do want something over this side, and so this time I'm going to use a couple of things to give it some height. So this is just a cake plate from the Target Bullseye's Playground. I love to buy these in all the different sizes and the little wooden plinths too, because they really mean that you can elevate things, and it gives a lot more visual interest when things are at different heights. So on this one, I'm going to put a cloche. This was from Joanne's fall collection 2018, again I think. It was on an after holiday clearance. I think I only paid about $5 for it. Now, these are nice on their own, but obviously they're containers, and so they want something inside them. So I'm going to put these, and these I picked up, I think, at home stores. Don't have anything in them, but I like the shape. I like the shape of these, and the can you see the edges on it? They give a lot of texture to them. And with this decoration being mainly light greens and whites, sort of a farmhousey type feel, I think that they go pretty well. So the next thing I want to do is add something next to these, but of a bit lower height maybe. Again, I want to feel the same sort of symmetry, but these will be with different items too. Now, I have this. If you remember from Christmas, I had the candles from Lowe's. Well, this actually does the same thing. It has a little scene of a fox inside, and this was from Hobby Lobby on their Christmas clearance. I would never have paid the $40 they were asking for it in the first place, but at 80% off, it wasn't too bad. And on the other side, I'm going to add 2 trees. Now you'll remember that I showed you making the larger than this one, yarn tree in the previous video. And this one was from Walmart. Just found it in their Christmas clearance. I think I paid about $1 for it. And I liked the little pattern, and obviously as I decorate with a lot of greys and whites, it worked really well, and it makes a nice grouping, and can you see that the weight is about the same on both of them. Also, I'm going to add these little trees. These I think were from Michael's, again an after Christmas clearance. They have a touch of glitter on them, but for me they're not too Christmassy. I think that you can still decorate with the fir look, the fir tree look, as long as you don't add red to it. It really doesn't feel, certainly not to me, it doesn't feel too Christmassy. And you can see that the green that we put at the back is a very similar colour to these. Now, next thing I want to do is to add these. This little bird was from Kroger in their spring selection last year, and this is just one of the little cupcake stands from Target Dollar Spot, Bullseye's Playground. So I actually have 2 of these, and so one can go each side. Now, before I add some more, I'm going to add something to the center so that I can fill in around it. Now this, it has 2 metal containers in it. It's a little wooden crate. It came from Walmart. They still sell them in there where their faux flowers are. They're silk flowers. It was only something like $4. Now, obviously, you're supposed to put something in it, but I don't want to use it for that because I'm going to put something on the top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it over. So I get the same look as if it had something in it, but I'm going to put something on the top. Now, these little candle holders are from the Dollar Tree, and I think they're supposed to look like a pine cone, but for $1. Now, I'm not actually going to put any candles in mine, because I'm going to put other candles on. But you could obviously put them in, but I actually just like them simply for their shape. They're just a little bit different from other things that I've seen. Now, each side of this crate, I'm going to add, remember we made, these are another cupcake stand that we made these in the previous winter decor DIYs. And so that brings me the candle aspect. I've got one each of the 2 different designs that I made. I did have another option, is I do have 2 of these blue candles from, well, they're Yankee candles, but they're the Walmart ones they sell in Walmart. I really like those 2, so I can switch and change them around. But for now, I'm going to go with the DIY. And finally, I have these 2 little vases. These were from, for the look of the label, I think they were Hobby Lobby. They were last year, and just a bit of greenery. I know that this was definitely from the Dollar Tree. I think this one might have been from Walmart. And these little pickberries were in the spring at Joann's. And I'm just bringing them and really it's as simple as that. Now, I did actually pick up something else today that I'm going to add when we get closer to the spring. I found this, absolutely love this. It came from Hobby Lobby this morning. This, I don't know if you can't really see it on the camera, but all this is all raised up, and I'm going to put it on here when I arrange them all to be at the right height to put the picture on it. So that will go on there. In fact, I may leave it on there now. I thought I'd wait till the spring, but I think that the greens are exactly the same colour as the ones that I've got, and I really like that one. So, as well as just the mantle, I like to decorate a little around the actual fireplace, so that'll be the next thing we do. And so down in this corner here, I have this galvanised bucket. This was from Michael's with just some pine cones in it. If you're lucky enough to live near some trees, you could probably find some yourself, but I just bought mine for I think $1 in clearance at Michael's. And I also have some more greenery. These ones are frosted. These ones have got little pine cones on them. And to be honest, I just put them in that corner just to fill it up, really. And so now I'm going to put something just on either side of the actual fire. Now, I have these 2 planters. These ones were from Michael's. They were fall 2019. You can find lots of similar type of planters, but I absolutely love these, and the colour was perfect, went with my decor really well, and so I used them most of the year. And so I have one on each side, and in fact I'm going to use 2 little Christmas trees that were from Joanne's 2018, I think. You can actually make them with the Dollar Tree Christmas trees. You just need about 3 of them on each one. Now, because it goes quite low down, you only really see a little out the top of them, but I quite like how it looks, and it just puts something in there that was in the right sort of colour. Now, the other part that I like to decorate is just here. Now, I have this from Target. This was from the Joanne Gaines, the Magnolia Threshold. Hearth and Hand. And it's actually designed for holding logs, but we obviously don't have a log fire anymore. We changed it to an electric one, and so I actually really like it for decorating. It comes in these 2 pieces, and on the top I'm going to put that really large tree that you saw me make, along with his little friend. And I also have this olive bucket that I just have some greenery in. It brightens it up just a little. And then finally down in the bottom, if you remember, I used this basket to put the Christmas tree that was on my island. It came from Ross. I think it was $11.99. So all I've done is roll up 2 blankets, and it actually fits perfectly under there for when we want to have a blanket. And so there is the final overview of how my mantle looks for winter. What I like is that when it comes to redecorating for spring, I will be able to just take out things like the little Christmas tree and maybe these, and I can switch in more brightly coloured florals for spring. I have an idea to make an Easter tree. I found some beautiful yarn yesterday that will look really cool as an Easter tree. I've just got to find a very large cone for it. And so that is my mantle. The next thing I'm just going to show you is a little bit of the other winter items that I have decorating around my house. So this is the wreath that you saw me make on the previous winter's DIY video, this magnolia wreath. Made this with clearance florals from Walmart from their Christmas. Here I have my tray on my ottoman, and on it we have a sign from Target's Bullseye's Playground from last year. We have the 2 apothecary jars that we made in the last video, and all I've done is add a little Christmas tree behind it, a little fir tree, and added one of the automotive cloths from the Dollar Tree to simulate a little bit of snow. And then to tie in the winter colours, I got these 2 pillow covers from Amazon. The actual pillow that's inside it is the one that goes with my sectional, and it is the same pattern as the ottoman. These are zip-on. They were extremely inexpensive, like $12.99 for a pack of 2, and so a lot cheaper than buying the filled pillow, and it's also a lot easier to store. This little shelf I built, and it goes above my window in the breakfast nook. The 2 little houses were from Michael's in one of their grab bags after the 4th of July. I can't remember where I got the bicycle from. Probably somewhere like at home, I would think. The little barn was Walmart at Christmas, and the sign, I think, was also from At Home. And I have a few little florals. Please don't look out the window because we had a lot of bad weather, and so we've got tops and things that are drying out. Final little space that I just add a little touch of decorating is this shelf above my kitchen window. It has some of the lamb's ear greenery. It has little houses. They were from Target, maybe a couple of different collections, I'm not sure. And this little wintry type house was from At Home. It was Christmas 2018, but it was clearance. I only paid a couple of dollars for it. So that's the final touch. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. I will be coming back very soon with a Valentine's Day tablescape, table for two, with showing some ideas from transitioning the Christmas items to use for Valentine's Day, which will save you a few pennies. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.